Mr. Badger, it's time to do our awesome assemblies again. Hooray!
Welcome to today's awesome assembly. I'm in my greenhouse because it's a bit raining outside. But have you seen Mr. Badger anywhere? He's not in the bucket. I can't see him. I don't know what you're talking about. But if you see that, Mr. Badger, then do let me know because I want him. Oh, there you are, Mr. Badger. Right, we've got some busy things to do because we are going to plant some seeds. Now, if you are a pupil in my school, you may remember we gave you some sunflower seeds last Christmas. What a long time ago. If you've got those seeds or any other seeds, now is a good time to plant them. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Badger? That's right, he agrees.
But first, well done to one of Mr. Badger's biggest fans who made his very own Mr. Badger. What an amazing creation! Well done!
Hi everyone, it's Mr. Lincoln here and I wanted to share with you today a poem on new life. So here we go. The long cold winter is melting away. A single red bird was spotted today. Through the mist, the sun is peeking. Squirrels are about, an acorn seeking. New life has come to fields and woods. Children's in the garden are out in sweatshirts with hoods. In just a few weeks, the rivers will flow. Blossoms on trees are starting to show. There's a chill in the springtime air. Winter is gone, but the memory is still there. Summer is waiting a few months beyond to warm the air in meadow and pond. Animals peer out from the holes that they make. Springtime is when the whole world awakes. Take care, everyone.
Before we plant the seeds, Mr. Badger wants to find some signs of new life. I can't see any lambs over there, Mr. Badger. Looks like they're resting in the shade from the hot sun.
Just been on a cycle ride on the South Downs and I have found in this field some sheep and some baby lambs. See some sheep here, and just over there you can see a couple of tiny little baby lambs.
Can you see both baby lambs? One of them looks a bit thirsty to me. What do you think? The mother lamb, or ewe, is busy eating grass, but the baby lamb just wants to drink milk. Mr. Badger and I found a rabbit hole, and then we went very quietly on a walk and we spotted some rabbits. Yes, let's zoom in and play that again. We found some baby rabbits running across the field into the bush. Then Mr. Badger and I spotted a rat. Look, can you see him hiding in the bushes? Wait for it, there he is. He's hiding. Isn't he cute?
Our reception classes had a chrysalis station to see the life cycle of butterflies, but unfortunately weren't there to see them come out. They gave them names though, and here the class teacher has put the butterflies onto some blossom now that they've hatched. Aren't they beautiful? Look at their lovely wings. They're sunning themselves in the sunshine, and soon they'll be flying off.
So here are my sunflower packets, and I've got some sunflower giant yellow and also some red ones too in this silver packet. So last Christmas Mr. Badger has saved a few little packets, and it says, "Merry Christmas, look after these sunflower seeds, plant in April in your garden, or plant in a pot on a windowsill and bring to school before it gets too big. Love from Mr. Everton, Mr. Lincoln, Miss Wing, Mrs. Bishop, Mrs. Edmondson and all the staff." That's great, Badger. So we need to plant those now, don't we? Great, that's fantastic.
So Grandpa Everton planted some seeds and then sent me a photo saying, yeah, my sunflowers have started to bloom. Don't believe everything you have seen on the internet. they haven't started growing yet.
Now, the best thing to use as a pot is anything that you can recycle. Now, I have got lots of garden pots behind me, but if you haven't got a garden pot, you can chop up an old carton and that's just as good. I've got an old milk bottle here, so with a knife I'm going to carefully cut it, but you could use a pair of scissors, it'd probably be a bit easier. And of course you must get an adult to help you if you're cutting out something like this. So just go on and squash it a little bit. Doesn't matter, it's been a bit squashed. I've got a nice tub there. Now, Mr. Badger's done a good job digging some mud out of my compost. But it's interesting that you still get bits of plastic. That doesn't decompose, so I'll have to bin that. The plastic label here, broken. So obviously ended up in the compost heap and that doesn't decompose. What else have we got? Bit of snail shell, well that's natural. But a broken plastic peg. Can't mend that, that has to be gone. Now what you can do is you can get some of this mud with all the stones and sticks in it and put it in a sieve to get rid of those large pieces you don't really want with the seeds. Let's have a go at that. So let's put some in here. You can see the stones and the sticks in there that we don't really want when we're growing sunflowers. Let's give it a shake. We're now left with sticks, stones, a bit of plastic, and underneath got some nice fine mud. I'll get my carton like this, scoop up some nice mud, like that. And that's ready to plant some seeds in. And do the same thing, got half an apple juice carton here. I can scoop up some nice mud. Oh, there's a label there, it says red grapefruit. That didn't rot, did it? More bit of plastic that we'll have to throw away. So it says here, sow under cover, that means on your windowsill. If you haven't got a greenhouse, most people don't have a greenhouse, just do it on your windowsill. Sow under cover March to April, that's now, 0.5 centimetres deep. It's not very deep at all, is it? In separate pots if possible. Well, I can do that apart from my big pots. Plant out late in May. So when it's May, when they started growing, I can then take them out of the little pots and put them outside. So I'll do that later. Will grow in most garden soils. That's good. In full sun, so sunny is best, and then it flowers from July to September. Wonderful. So let's see what I've got inside this little Christmas present. Let's open it. Here's a spare one, so I'm going to rip it up in half and I'm going to tip out the seeds into this dish. There we are, and look what I've got. I've got 2 little white seeds, which are the golden yellow ones. I've got a tiny little black seed as well. That's a red sunflower, hopefully. So we'll plant those and see what happens. Remember, 0.5 centimetre deep, so less than my finger. Pop it in, cover it up. That's it. Is that one? Let's put a little black one in there, shall we? Great. Now, I have got a few spare sunflowers, so I'm going to plant these ones too. I had hoped to give these ones to children who had lost theirs, and maybe I can share them out later on. So I've got quite a lot there, so I can see how many I can plant, and then if necessary I can bring them into school and I can share them. I'm going to put 3 seeds in my big pot here. 1, 2, 3. 1 in my apple juice carton. 1 in my milk carton. Maybe I'll put 2 in this large milk carton like that. So I've planted some sunflowers in these random pots and cartons, and I did some extra ones over here and some more there. It's a bit like a sunflower factory, isn't it? Mr. Badger, what have you done? Wow, Mr. Badger, look at all those ones you've done. How many have you done?
Well, in that end carton, it looks like you've got 3 rows of 4, so 3 times 4 is 12. Then another 12, 24, another 12, 36, another 12, 48. That's nearly 50. That's loads. Well done, Mr. Badger.
Don't forget to water them.
If you're watering them outside, just water them. But if your pots are inside, you might have to water them a bit more carefully.
Now all we've got to do is to wait for them to grow. But I think, Mr. Badger, we need to wait a few weeks before much will happen, but we must remember to water them regularly so they don't dry out and die. Is that right, Mr. Badger? Right.
Well done to Charlie, George and Violet, who painted some beautiful pots and then planted their sunflower seeds, but soon they grew too big and had to put them in some bigger pots. Easter may be over and you may have eaten all your chocolate eggs, but these seeds remind me of the Easter story, because the seeds seem dead and we put them in the ground and they come alive again. And that's the same message of Easter. Jesus died, he was put in the tomb and seemed dead, but came alive again. Planting seeds, newborn lambs, new little bunny rabbits, they all remind us of new life, and that new life that we can have in Jesus, as said in the Easter story. So we have much to celebrate and be happy about. Mr. Badger is celebrating all the new life by listening to some lovely music in reception. Hello, Mr. Badger.
Dear Lord, thank you for all we have in this world. Beaches, animals, homes. We have in God's love. We say, Amen. And here's a picture of Mr. Badger with some flowers.
Stop press. Good news. Grandpa Etherton's sunflower seed has started to grow. Look at those new little shoots coming up. Tomorrow's awesome assembly, Mr. Badger turns on a tabletop saw to chop up some wood, a Christmas tree in fact, and the following day Mr. Badger makes some concrete in a cement mixer. Hope to see you very soon in our next awesome assemblies. Bye for now.